Hi, I'm Laura with the League of Women Voters of Kansas City.
Amendment 7, which would prohibit ranked choice voting and require citizenship to vote, reached the ballot after approval by the majority of the Missouri House and Senate. Here's the ballot title. Shall the Missouri Constitution be amended to make the Constitution consistent with state law by only allowing citizens of the United States to vote, prohibit the ranking of candidates by limiting voters to a single vote per candidate or issue, and require the plurality winner of a political party primary to be the single candidate at a general election. Here's some background. In 2022, a group called the Better Elections Missouri Coalition unsuccessfully proposed a multi-winner system in the primary and ranked choice voting in the general election. If proposed, replacing the current partisan primaries with open top 4 primaries. In the general elections, ranked choice voting would have been used by ranking the 4 candidates that succeeded from the primaries. A voting method defines how we fill in our ballots. Currently, we have plurality voting, where voters choose one candidate for each office, allowing the candidate with the most number of votes to win. However, this doesn't always result in a majority of votes for that win. Winner-take-all rules can encourage candidates on the extreme left or the extreme right to cater to base voters in partisan primaries. A number of states have multi-winner, nonpartisan primary systems. This results in the top 2 vote getters, regardless of political party, advancing to the general election. Ranked choice voting is used in many state or local elections. 53 cities across the country use ranked choice voting in their elections. This map shows where ranked choice voting is used in local elections and for military and overseas voting in many southern states. It is also used statewide in Maine and Hawaii, and in presidential, special, and party primary elections in various states. Here is an example of how ranked choice voting might work in a 5-person race. First, the voter ranks all candidates on the ballot in order of preference. Next, the votes are counted and a candidate wins when they have more than 50% of the votes. If no candidate has a majority of the vote, an instant runoff begins. In this example, candidate C received the least votes and is eliminated. Voters that picked that candidate will have their votes allocated to their second choice. A winner is declared if the new count shows a candidate with a majority of votes. If no candidate has a majority, the process is repeated. Our most recent August primary elections resulted in several candidates winning their primary without a majority of votes. Now remember that Amendment 7 would seek to prohibit ranked choice voting. So those who support the amendment say it protects the one person, one vote standard instead of forcing voters to rank all candidates, prevents efforts of out-of-state funded groups from promoting ranked choice voting as a change to our current election process. Ranked choice voting confuses the voters. Regarding voting systems, those who oppose the amendment, that is, support ranked choice voting, say, the proposal denies voters in charter cities and counties from choosing best voting practices for their local elections. Studies of ranked voting methods show increased voter participation, less partisanship, and fewer extremists elected. Multi-winner and ranked voting methods allow voters to vote for candidates they sincerely support without having to be concerned about wasted votes. The ballot question also includes language related to citizenship and voting. The Missouri Constitution already states all citizens of the United States when referring to who can vote. The measure would amend the Missouri Constitution to add language to provide that only citizens of the United States. To clarify, the Missouri Constitution already states that United States citizens are the residents who can vote. It's a federal crime for non-citizens to vote in federal elections. It's also a crime under every state's laws. Those who support the citizenship language in the amendment say, in some parts of the United States, documented non-citizens can vote in school board and other local elections. Missouri proponents would like to prevent the spread of this process. Those who oppose the citizenship language in the amendment say, the citizenship provision will not change who can vote in Missouri and is a distraction from the main issue, which is voting systems. The citizenship issue is regarded as ballot candy, which is including language to sweeten the initiative in the eye of the voter. In addition, the citizenship provision may violate the single subject provision in the Missouri Constitution. Here's the fair ballot language. A yes vote will amend the Missouri Constitution to specify that only United States citizens are entitled to vote. Voters shall only have a single vote for each candidate or issue, restrict any type of ranking of candidates for a particular office, and require the person receiving the greatest number of votes at the primary election as a party candidate for an office shall be the only candidate for that party at the general election, and require the person receiving the greatest number of votes for each office at the general election shall be declared the winner. Wait, there's more. This provision does not apply to any nonpartisan municipal election held in a city that had an ordinance in effect as of November 5th, 2024, that requires a preliminary election at which more than one candidate advances to a subsequent election. A no vote will not amend the Missouri Constitution to make any changes to how voters vote in primary and general elections. Here's the fiscal note. State governmental entities estimate that this measure will have no impact on taxes.
Thank you for taking the time to become an informed voter.